You know what? This is pretty cool. You got Sam Madison's Super Bowl ring on.
How cool is that?
He doesn't let anybody else wear it.
And I got to tell you, this ring is about 22 pounds. It is so heavy. I can't even tell you. It is so beautiful.
But
it's gorgeous.
It goes well with your Giants gear.
My Giants gear,
yes.
right? Yeah, thank you.
Alyssa, thanks for joining us. How's everything going?
Yeah, everything's great. I'm super excited to be here. And life is good. I mean, I can't complain.
Yeah.
I'm so blessed to be able to be a part of all of this.
It's quite a spectacle, the Super Bowl, and you're a big part of it with your Touch NFL clothing line, which has been phenomenal especially for our female viewers out there.
Oh, good. I'm so glad.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about your sports background. How did you become a sports fan?
I mean, I basically just grew up watching sports on my daddy's lap. It was my way to connect with him. And, growing up in the business, there weren't a lot of, how can I put this, clean activities for me to do when I was a child, because the industry is kind of rough on child actors. So my parents just got me sports tickets. I mean, I had hockey season tickets when I was 15 years old and baseball season tickets. Obviously, I'm very excited that LA is getting a football team. So that's going to be great. But yeah, and the idea for the clothing line, basically, I had this idea 8 years ago. I was sitting in the stands of a Dodgers game and I was cold and I went into the stadium shop and everything was pink. Right. And I just did not get it. I was like, why is everything pink? Like, there's nothing pink about the Dodgers. So I pitched this idea to Major League Baseball, and they had the exclusive for the first year. And the second year, we teamed up with the NFL and NBA and NHL and MLS and NASCAR. And we just teamed up with the NFLPA, which I'm super excited about. We're going to do name T-shirts and stuff. So it's just really exciting just to see it grow, and I'm very proud of everything.
It is exciting because I know, Sam, you were looking for some items last night for your wife and your daughter. I know that they're female members of my family that love
I'll send you guys stuff.
Done. Yeah, because...
Jake, we got to get them Super Bowl merchandise for their wives.
Hey, there we go. Hey, this is
we go. Seriously.
Good stuff.
The good stuff.
but seriously, I mean, I have members of my family that are big Dolphins fans that love this clothing line because of exactly what you said. They'd seen all the pink gear, but they wanted actually the aqua and orange to put on.
Yeah, we want to fly the colors, and we also, I feel as women, we want to feel good in what we're wearing. Mm-hmm. We want to feel like it's flattering. And that it's, and that's really what it's all about. And the clothing line, I mean, people always say, why is it called Touch? And I'm like, because I touch everything. Like, I have to feel fabrics before I buy it, see how soft it is. So, all of those elements go into creating every single piece. And I love how the industry has changed in the last 7 years, and you see these, more major corporations making stuff for the female fan, and I just think it's super important.
And definitely been an advocate for women, and no matter what it's been, and that must be the reason why as well, because, they get left out of some things, and to have women's gear is perfect.
Well, I think it's important to... especially now when we're in this time of gender equality and thinking about all of that, I think it's really important for women to find their voice. We are just as passionate about our sports as the men are. We are just as knowledgeable, maybe even a little more so, because we have our eye for detail than the men are. And I think it's important that the industry considers the female fan an equal.
Alyssa Milano, actress, and of course the designer of the Touch NFL clothing line, joining us here on the Finsiders. And I thought it was interesting, really cool. I was on your website, and I noticed that in one of the pictures there was some Dolphins gear, which we love in South Florida. Yeah. But you hit on something earlier when it came to the early start of your career. And I know that for a lot of people who are in the public spotlight that early, it can be a rough go of things. But it's interesting you say that sports really helped you get through things and have kind of a normal upbringing.
Well, yeah, I mean, you think about what it means to go to a sporting event or to be a fan of a team. It is community. Mm-hmm. It is being a part of something or feeling like you're a part of something that's bigger than you are. Family. And all those things I think are really important as you're growing up. You learn so much about life through either playing or watching sports. And I think those are vital lessons. I mean, but, I have a boy and a girl, and my little girl will be on team sports, maybe not football.
Flag football.
Yeah, but she'll be playing hockey.
There you go. Awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I just think it's super, super, super important to, especially team sports. My husband's a big golfer, and he's always like, I want to get him out. And I'm like, you know what? He's 4 years old, and it's more important to me that he learns those team lessons than the individual sports lessons.
Yeah.
Like those, I think, should come later. So obviously to be a mom of a little boy who loves football, to be able to come to the Super Bowl and be a part of this whole thing is, because, when you're a parent, your life just becomes about trying to be cool for them. You geek out for them. And so, I can't wait to show him the picture of me with the ring.
Ooh, there you go. First time on Radio Row?
No, actually, I've been like the last maybe 2 or 3 years.
Last two or 3 years, but it's becoming a big spectacle. And like you said,
Yes.
we have the shop right here,
Yeah.
and the people been going in. Like I said, I was over there. I was doing a lot of shopping, and everybody was really at your merchandise.
Oh, that's good
so
to
it's
hear.
really, really
That's
fun
good to
be able
hear.
watch it.
Sam, do you have any stories for Alyssa about how you guys won the Super Bowl ring for the Giants?
Well, yes.
Yeah, let me hear.
Well, one of the things, we had a couple of guys that already played in the Super Bowl but ended up losing. Michael Strahan,
Yes.
as well as Amani Toomer. And then we had a lot of young guys. Eli Manning was the first time
Right.
he was going, ended up being the MVP. But a lot of guys where we talk about veterans and young players. We had a mixture, and it was fun because...
And is there like a mentor type of situation in that?
And we've had different guys come on and talk about it so far. Greg can vouch for it. Each and every last one of our positions, we had elder people that were in those rooms to help them understand. It was my 11th
Wow.
year before I won one. Like I said, Michael Strahan and Amani Toomer, they've been before, but same for them. 12, 13, 14, 15 years before they won their ring, and it was nerve-wracking the whole entire time. We
bet.
didn't really sleep Wednesday, Thursday.
And you just do everything together?
We did everything together.
Because football teams are
yeah,
huge.
we did everything together because we still kept it pretty light. Coach Coughlin, he still gave us curfew. It wasn't like we had to come in at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. He gave us a little bit of time, but we, as the veteran guys, we took hold of the young guys and made sure that they were doing everything really the right way. And that's how we was able to be successful.
I love that.
Going
I
down
love
to
that.
the end, Eli with great escape, David Tyree with the catch, and then Eli the Plexico to finish the game off, man, was really, really special. But I can say that it was a team goal. And, team effort. And every time I see one of Justin Tuck just passed by, I just saw Eli, and it's a bond that we'll never forget.
You'll always have that bond.
Always
Thank you
have
for
that
sharing
bond.
that
Thank
story.
you very much.
That's so awesome.
And the cool thing for us is Sam played for the Dolphins for a long time, so that also conserved
Correct.
the only perfect season in NFL history in 1972
Wow.
with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
You beat the Patriots. So
There you go.
got the
Within our
Dolphins tying as
division.
well.
So wait,
Yeah.
so my father-in-law,
Uh-huh.
his name is Miller Bulliari. He's been in charge of the chain gang for the Giants
Yes.
for 50 years.
Yes.
And he's still out there. He's in his 80s. He's still out there. It does not matter what the weather is. It could be 10 below and snowing. That man is out there. And David and I watch from California like this, totally terrified that he's going to get like hit or
Ran
something.
over, right.
Yeah,
So I was about
something's
to
going
say,
to happen.
and I meant to tell him I apologize. I'm sorry because I'm pretty sure that I tossed some wide receivers over there into him. So tell him I apologize.
I will for sure.
Hey, Alyssa, before we let you go, you've had a long acting career. I'm just curious, of all the things you've done, starting from, Who's the Boss to most recently Mistresses, Charm, Melrose Place in the middle, is there one thing that people most identify you with that you hear about the most?
You know what? It's crazy. It's generational. So people my age or older, it's Who's the Boss. And then there's a whole younger generation that watched Charmed that then had kids.
Mm-hmm.
This is how long. I mean, Charmed we premiered 20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and we're still on all the time. Yeah, in syndication. So I feel like it's sort of all over the place, and I feel really blessed that it's
Yes.
all over the place, that we're able to reach, so many generations. And I'm the host of Project Runway All-Stars too.
Yes.
And there's a lot of kids that watch that show, which I love. And so that's a whole new generation too, which is very cool.
It is really cool. And, I'm a little jealous because Sam doesn't let me wear the Super Bowl ring, but he said you're coming on, you're allowed to wear it. So, hey, Alyssa.
It was in a little velvet pouch, too. It was very mysterious.
We didn't know what he was going to bring out of that thing. Hey, Alyssa, thanks so much for your time. It's been great meeting you.
You guys are awesome. Thank you. Anytime. You let me know.
Alyssa Milano. Make sure you go to NFL.com. You can check out the Touch clothing line for the NFL. Alyssa Milano joining us here on Radio Row.